Welcome to the next chapter. Thanks for listening. And this one is really special. It is home for the holidays and what that means and how it changes. This is my sister, Christine, and she had some big upheaval in her life and moved to Kitchener from Winnipeg into an apartment and then moved into her house. And Christine is going to share with us what home for the holidays means to her. Welcome on to the podcast, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. So first, let's go back a little ways and tell us what inspired your move from Winnipeg to Kitchener.
So it comes down to that I didn't want to miss my granddaughter, Lissa, growing up. We come from a very big family, and Christmas was a very big event for us. You know, it wasn't always perfect, but it was loud, it was messy, it was busy, it was chaotic. Yeah. And holidays aren't about being close every day of the year, but they're about showing up for those moments that matter. Right. And it was Christmas time when the decision became clear to me. And because of the medical issues I was going through and COVID, I couldn't travel. So I realized that I was missing not just the celebrations, but also all those everyday moments of Lissa's life. I didn't want to be that holiday grandma.
Makes sense for sure. Yeah. And so how did it feel when you first moved to a new city and after being rooted here for so long?
It was actually a lot harder than I expected it to be. You really don't realize that you're rooted in those routines and responsibilities that you do every day. You don't realize that until actually they're gone, right? So yeah. I missed being close to Dad, especially with all of Annette's medical issues declining. And I missed mostly the strength that you and Mom gave to me. And there's that comfort when you're there and you can just show up and laugh and talk and have that stability. And once I moved, that the ease of that was gone. So now I have to explain everything instead of just showing up and venting.
Right. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
What were you most nervous about and what surprised you in a good way?
I wasn't really nervous about the move itself. You know, I can handle moving houses. I've moved so much over my life. The paperwork, the long drives, all of that kind of stuff is pretty easy. I was most nervous about who I'd be without that role that I had. I spent so long being the person who stepped in, helped out, held things together. And without that dynamic around me, I didn't know what version of myself would show up. And what surprised me is that life didn't really shrink. It actually expanded. The routines that I had now were mine. They weren't built around obligation. The connections that I built, even relationships. So I knew Arthur before I moved out here, but we didn't really know each other that well. We weren't close. There was definitely no intention or plan to have a life together. But after I settled, that connection grew into something very meaningful, just because life had room for it.
Right. That's awesome. How did you know your house was the one?
This house, I would say it's not the one. It's the one for right now. It's practical. Yeah. It has great potential. It supported everything that we needed, that I wanted. It's not my dream home, that's for sure, but it's real. It's the everyday version. And I don't need a forever home at this moment. That'll be my next home. It's just a place for life to happen right now.
I feel like I am so that person, that realtor that doesn't like to talk about the one, because I feel like there is a different house for every stage of your life, right? So yeah, I love your answer on that so much. Because I do think life changes and it usually doesn't always go the way we expect, right? So exactly. The one is not necessarily, I think it's a fallacy. And, what makes your new place I already asked you that. Oh no, what makes your new place in Kitchener feel like home right now?
So home crept in yeah. Quietly. It took a while, actually. What made it feel like home was when life started to fill it up. Lissa shows up most weekends and she just takes over the house, right? Like the conversations that we have, they bounce from serious to ridiculous. The smells of cooking that linger too long, the music that gets turned up without any reason whatsoever, the spontaneous dance parties in the kitchen. That's when it started to warm the walls and it felt like home, right? So, and now we have Bailey, my little kitten. She's convinced that she just runs this place. Even though she wasn't a part of life in Kitchener at the beginning, she fits so perfectly into it now. And she's just another layer that adds into the everyday life, even the dance parties. She jumps around and plays like crazy.
I love that. Mabel and Penny love the dance parties too.
Yeah. And home is about the energy, right? It's not about the building. It's the energy that gets into the home.
Exactly. So you've got your guy, your cat, your kids, your grandbaby nearby. How has that changed your definition of home?
Well, it hasn't really changed my definition of home. Home has always been, where you feel safe and comfortable. What's changed is that I get to live that feeling more often now. So in the small everyday ways. And having someone who shares that with me, who chooses to build that life with me, not because they're obligated to or because they have to, but because they want to, it makes it easier to settle in.
Right. Was there a specific moment that made you think, I belong here now?
Yes. My first Thanksgiving after the move. So, of course, I made the big West family feast, and it took hours, more than a day, actually.
Dad does cooking for like a week before. So
yeah. When I finally got to sit down and all the kids were there and Lissa was there, and I just sat there and watched everybody, and they're all eating and laughing and joking and stealing food off of each other's plates. Yeah. And that's when I realized I'm not visiting. I'm here. This is where I belong.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Do you ever catch yourself comparing your new home life to what you had here in Manitoba?
Yes, I do. But not to see which one is better. It's more like recognizing that I have two different places that matter in different ways. So Winnipeg built me, but Ontario is just where I'm building the next chapter, right? So neither place takes over the other. It just continues the story.
Awesome. I love that. What does coming home to Winnipeg mean to you now?
Oh, it's a privilege. Absolutely. I get to come home without feeling stuck or overwhelmed. I get to come back to the support. You and Mom still give me that steady foundation that I'm always needing. And I appreciate it more now than I did even when I was there. And then there's Dad's, all of the real talks and the honesty, the venting, it all happens at his table. I don't have to earn my place there. I just sit down and I'm at home.
Right. Is there a tradition or a moment that makes you feel like, okay, I'm back with my people?
Cooking.
Yeah.
Definitely the cooking. Anytime we break out those family traditions, Grandma's green jelly salad or Dad's sausage rolls, I do my own version, or the ramaki, again, my own version of it. It just stops and the past joins us, right? Like those recipes, they have more than just flavor to them. It's the history that comes into the kitchen. So it doesn't matter what house I'm in, what home I'm in at the time of my life. It's home.
Right. That's awesome. How do you balance building a new life there, but keeping your heart tied here?
I don't have to split my heart. So I let it stretch. I can love more than one place at a time. Home isn't about picking sides, right?
Yeah.
So it's you just let it grow, and it grows with the people and wherever they are. So
does it feel different coming back to Winnipeg? I already asked that.
No. You asked it differently.
I asked it differently, but pretty much the exact same question. It's just different. Sorry, I made a list and I should have reviewed my list because quickly made a list one day so that I can send you kind of ideas, but then I never like edited it after that. What part of the West family Christmas makes it feel more like home no matter where you live?
Oh, the noise, the
And the
chaos.
noise. I was going to say the cooking.
The noise.
Is probably a better one.
Yeah, the cooking chaos, right?
Yeah, right.
So the kitchen is always full of opinions and nobody's actually following their own instructions. Timers go off, nobody's paying attention because we're all in the living room telling our own stories, right? And every single year we say that we're going to cook less. We never do. We never cook less.
Oh, that is
But
true.
it's that noise, that mess, that love. That's what chaos is. That's what home is.
Right. Yeah, I agree. How has your idea of family evolved through all these changes with kids and moving and new love and grandbaby and distance?
Well, family used to mean the people that you lived with, right? Now family is about the people who show up, who you show up for, and who show up for you. Geography doesn't matter. You put in the effort, and the people that stay connected, that's who family is.
Right on. Yes. If someone is spending their first holiday in a new place this year, what advice would you give them about making it feel like home?
Oh, don't try and recreate where you come from. Just find that one special tradition that means so much to you and take that with you and let that grow in your new place. A home isn't a replica. It's something that grows.
Thank you so much. I think a lot of my, I'll say followers or people that watch this will get so much out of it. And I really appreciate you taking the time to discuss something so personal.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks so much. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.